Okay, so we all know Lance Stroll's capabilities. He's a low-power driver, driving for his daddy's team, who's been shown up time and time again by his teammates. On the flip side of that, in comes Adrian Newey. He has made champion after champion over the last 2 or 3 decades. Well, what happens when we combine the two? Can Adrian Newey do it again and make Lance Stroll a champion? Well, I've pulled the data, I've crunched the numbers, and I've asked AI to make a prediction over the next 10 years to see if that happens. And the results are crazy. You're not going to want to miss this one. And welcome back to Beyond the Paddock. Adrian Newey's legacy in Formula 1 is undeniable. His cars have dominated the sport for decades. Meanwhile, Lance Stroll, despite his financial backing with flashes of talent, has yet to prove himself as a true title contender. But Aston Martin's aiming for the top. The question is, can Newey's genius unlock Stroll's untapped potential? His career has been under constant scrutiny. Despite multiple podium finishes and impressive performance in tricky conditions, many see him as a pay driver, benefiting from his father's ownership of Aston Martin rather than their based on pure merit. His consistency, racecraft and ability to maximise performance under pressure remain question marks. Compared to his elite teammates like Fernando Alonso, Stroll has struggled to match their race pace and strategic awareness. On the flip side of that, Newey's cars have always been game changers for every team he's worked with. His mastery of aerodynamics, innovation design and deep understanding of driver feedback have shaped multiple championship winning machines. Just take a look at his history. In the 1990s, he dominated with Williams with Mansell and Hill. In the early 2000s, Red Bull's rise with Vettel's 4 consecutive titles. And then the 2020s, the Verstappen era, where his designs crushed the competition. If Newey were to bring his magic to Aston Martin, he could provide Stroll with a car engineered to mask weaknesses and enhance strength. A stable rear end, improved mechanical grip, and optimised race pace could elevate Stroll performance, maybe even to a championship contender. Let's see. So what's the simplest way to go about this? I am not code or tech savvy. So, one thing I can do is I can go to ChatGPT and create a project. And in that project, I can feed it numerous bits of information to get the best result possible. So, on the likes of Lance Stroll, I can pull qualifying versus race results. I can also look at his head-to-head versus teammates. I can look at points per throughout each season he's raced in. On the flip side of that, for Adrian Newey then, I can look at stuff like his win percentage of his cars, championship won by his drivers, and there's certain places where we can look into that information, and I'll show you exactly where. So, for collecting data for Lance Stroll, what I did was I went over to statsf1.com, which gives you a really good breakdown of every single driver. So if we go to this tab here for drivers, and we go and find Lance Stroll, this is where we could find out every single race involvement he's been in F1. So if we click into the involvements, it gives you all the way, this is 2024, but it starts all the way down here at 2017 when he's made his debut, and it tells you his grid places versus his finish spot. So his qualifying versus where he's finished in the race. And it's pretty comprehensive. It shows you exactly if he did not finish and why, or if he's fallen down the pack, why that's happened. So like here we have collision damage. That was in Qatar last year, and yeah, it's pretty good. And so the next thing we want to compare then is his head-to-head against his drivers that he's been in. So if we go back into Lance Stroll, and you could go to his 10 teammates, and it gives you an outline, if you click into this, then how he's done against every single one of them. So, and then, yeah, so starting grid for Stroll and then Massa, and you can extract all of that data. Or, in some cases, you can actually just give the link to ChatGPT and let that pull the data for you. And you could save that down into the project. So that's what I've done for Lance Stroll. For Adrian Newey then, on the flip side of that, it's actually easier for me to go into his Wikipedia page and pull all the data, you can actually just give this link to ChatGPT, and that'll extract every bit of information about him. Okay, what it looks like then on ChatGPT. So if I look store Lance Stroll's Grand Prix start and finishes for later, and you give it the link that you want to extract from, and you get all the data here exactly how it was on Stats F1. On the flip side of that, then you want to extract Newey's win percentages in his cars, and it gives you a little bit about them, so you can store that into the project as well. So yeah, his win percentage there was 0, 0, 2009. We got win percentage with Red Bull 5. I don't know why these aren't in chronological order, but they should be. ChatGPT, what are you doing to me? 56% there. Williams 62%, 63 at Red Bull, and then I'm sure we'll have the domination. Yeah, with Red Bull in 2023 onwards was 95%. So yeah, pretty crazy stats. And the last thing that you want to take is where Red Bull is, not Red Bull, where Aston Martin is in today's world. So what they're building off the track with all these people like Newey backstage who are going to make everything great on track in the future. I've given it an article to go and fetch about Aston Martin's progress. So I gave it this one about here. So from state of art facilities to Newey's designs, genius are Aston Martin on. And yeah, this breaks down the article for their new state of the art facilities, the strategic personnel acquisitions, and everything else that they're working on. So that article kind of summarizes. So you'll want to add that to the project as well, just to give it a bit more information on what's going on in the real world, because AI is only good as the information that you feed it. So yes, here we are over on ChatGPT, and here in projects, in case you don't know how to create a project in ChatGPT, beside where projects is, you click the little plus button there. This will bring you into a new screen here. It will actually ask you to name your project. So this project is called Can Adrian Newey Make Lance Stroll a Champion? And here are all the breakdowns that I've previously covered in the video, covering Aston Martin's F1 progress, where I pulled the article based on where they are in today's world, Newey's car performance summaries, Lance Stroll's teammates overview, and then all of Lance Stroll's GP results. So finally, I then asked it to make the prediction of, given all the data that I provided in the other chats, please predict if Lance Stroll will become a champion over the next 10 seasons under Adrian Newey's guidance. And without further ado, let's get into the results. So you'll see here in 2025, it is predicting he'll finish 4th, which is never going to happen. Never gonna happen. Then moving into 2026, then he moves up to another race win. So in year 1 race win. In year 2 race wins. And that is crazy. How is he even getting that? That is mental. Anyhow, I don't like these stats at all. In 2026, it's predicting he's going to come 3rd. In 2027, he's going to come 2nd. And then finally, in 2028, AI is predicting under Adrian Newey, with Aston Martin's car being unbelievable, that he is going to become the F1 champion. Now, points earned, that's none of these are good enough. Like winning the championship with just 5 race wins, I don't think so. Unless all those podiums were 2nd, even then, I'm not too sure if that would probably do it. Maybe it would. And then 2029 onwards, he fades down slowly but surely. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th across subsequent years. It actually gives a little summary into it. So between 25 and 27, Stroll gradually improves, securing podium consistently and winning a few races. By 2027, he is a title contender. In 2028, then, Newey's car reaches peak dominance and Stroll capitalizes, winning his first and only F1 World Championship. I suppose, even if Adrian Newey's does create this unstoppable machine with Aston Martin, who is Stroll's teammate going to be? Is it still going to be Fernando Alonso? Because if that was the case, then I'm sure Alonso is winning this title over Lance Stroll. 2029 to 2030, Stroll remains competitive but has been outperformed by younger talents. And then from 31 to 35, performance declines as Stroll consistently drops and the competition intensifies. In conclusion, under Newey's leadership, Stroll wins a championship in 2028 but fails to replicate the feat in subsequent years, gradually fading as younger stars take over. Would you like a deeper breakdown into any particular season? Yes. 2028, please. Gotta say please in case the robots take over. Okay, gives us a bit more of a detail here. Okay. Oh, race by race results. Okay. Okay, this is good. Okay, so his first win comes in the 5th race in China. Yeah, spanning Canadian, the German. Are coming back? Singapore, Vegas. I mean, I don't even think that's the right amount of races. So this thing is cooked. And then it goes on to talk about Adrian Newey building the most balanced and aerodynamic superior car, competing toe-to-toe with Red Bull and Ferrari. Consistently overall speed, podium machine, key rival misfortunes. Verstappen suffering multiple DNFs and Leclerc lost crucial points due to Ferrari's strategic errors. Oh well, that's like real life. So yeah. Final takeaway: guided by Adrian Newey's technical brilliance, became the F1 champion, achieving a dream season where he maximised the potential of a dominant Aston Martin. However, success was short-lived as newer talents rose in subsequent years. Yeah, I don't think this is going to happen. So there you have it. I'm confused. Not very impressed again by ChatGPT and its AI brain, given all the data that's been fed. Maybe it knows something we don't. But let me know in the comments, can Adrian Newey make Lance Stroll a champion like AI has predicted? Personally speaking, I don't think that's going to happen in a million years. But yeah, let me know what you think. Again, if you like the content, please subscribe. It does help when I'm a new channel trying to get numbers up. So I appreciate it if you do take the time to do that. So yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you on the next lap.